Hiya, Inspiring Squad! I'm Jess, and welcome to Heart in Progress, a space where we embrace the mess and create anyway. Today we're going to talk about motivation. As soon as I find mine. Anyway, so originally I was planning to make a video where I just shared a few tips on how to get motivated. But then,
I want to know more!
Vess, sweetie, we're fine. I have enough content.
What do other artists say?
Ooh,
And what about the psychology behind motivation?
Seriously, stop.
What does neuroscience say?
So, yeah. This is a multi-part series now. Thanks, Vess.
You're welcome!
Today I'll cover what I consider to be the best long-term solution for staying motivated. Heads up, if you want quick hacks, this ain't the video for you. Don't worry though, I've got you covered in the next one. Because, well, I need to dump all of this info somewhere. Again, thanks, Vess.
Aw, anytime!
Anyway, let's get into it, and I hope you get free ice cream today, unless you're lactose intolerant or allergic to cats, not because that stops you from eating ice cream, just because I feel very bad for you. You deserve to win the lottery instead. So, after dropping that first video where I hyped you all up to start your creative projects, it's time for me to crush your spirit and tell you motivation is pretty much useless.
And there I thought I was the evil one.
When we talk about motivation, it usually boils down to two types. One type is driven by external factors, things like money, recognition, fear of deadlines, or rewards. But each of these has a flaw. Take it away, Nex.
With pleasure. Money doesn't buy passion. Recognition, you can't control what others think. Fear of punishment, like deadlines, leads to stress, which leads to procrastination and avoidance. Rewards, they're unsustainable. The task gets harder over time, and the reward required to balance the effort keeps growing until eventually you need a trip to Disney World to make it worthwhile. Disney World.
One day, Vess. One day. But then there's intrinsic motivation, the stuff that comes from within. Things like your mood, enjoying the task, finding purpose in what you do, and the satisfaction of reaching your goals. But
mood swings. If your motivation depends on how you feel, then the only way to feel consistent is to feel consistently great. Good luck with that. Task enjoyment. Not every task is fun. Purpose. Hard to find after setbacks. And goal satisfaction. Short-lived.
So, yeah, relying on motivation alone? That's not really working for us. Then, what does work? Well, the key is to build discipline and willpower. You have to push through even when you don't feel like it. I know it's easier said than done, but don't worry, after endless hours of research, I finally found one simple solution. Just kidding, it's hard as hell, but definitely worth trying. The real change comes when we stop chasing rewards and start appreciating the challenge itself. Here's how it works.
In those moments of the most intense friction, you tell yourself, this is very painful, and because it's painful, it will evoke an increase in dopamine release later. You are doing it by choice, and you're doing it because you love it.
Thank you, motivational voice. Okay, I know this sounds like a lot. And I'm kind of afraid that people will hear this and be like, nope, no. But what that really means is when things get tough, there's a point to the struggle. Pushing through it, that's how we develop as people. I mean, have you ever watched a movie where the hero effortlessly got what he yearned for? Don't think about this too hard. The point is, there are always obstacles.
So what? You want me to play pretend and enjoy suffering? Lovely. I'm in.
Fair point. But think about it this way. This isn't about pretending everything is fine when it's clearly not. It's about appreciating how that struggle is actually training your brain to handle the next challenge. Kind of like leveling up in a game. Take Super Mario Bros. For example. Sure, the end goal is to rescue the helpless princess, but without the levels in between, the journey would feel pretty meaningless. The victory wouldn't hit the same. Just like you might find it easier to work on some tasks than others, you also might find it easier to conquer certain levels. And then there are water levels. Do I even need to say more? So instead of dodging each challenge you get like I dodged a gym after signing up for a membership, try to reframe it as a challenge that makes you stronger further down in life. Discipline is doing what you hate, but still doing it like you love it. Just in case this is getting me into any trouble, I just want to say this was Dustin's idea, and I really respect you. So, I'm sorry about this terrible impression. I tried, man. I'm just not good at it. Well, let's take an example from real life. You've got a presentation coming up. Your body's going full panic mode and you think,
Oh no, this is terrifying. I'm gonna mess this up.
and let the nerves take over. Or you could flip the script and say,
I'm feeling excited about the way that I'm challenging myself right now. This nervous energy is just a sign that I'm about to push through something very important. Which is good, because that means I care.
the interesting part here is that both thoughts, I'm nervous and I'm excited, are technically true. Your body doesn't actually know the difference between anxiety and excitement. Both trigger adrenaline, increased heart rate, and heightened focus. So rather than denying how you feel, you're reframing it in a way that helps you instead of hinders you. Similarly, you can approach a tedious task with a growth mindset. Instead of,
Ugh, I don't want to do this.
try,
Alright, my brain is resisting the effort, yeah, but that's normal. Pushing through now strengthens my focus and makes future tasks easier. Getting started may be the hardest part, but once I do, momentum takes over.
it's about separating your thoughts from your feelings and choosing a mindset that helps you move forward. Kind of like solving a riddle with multiple answers. I can make you scream with joy and cry in terror. I come in waves and often leave a mess behind. What am I?
A roller coaster.
A tsunami.
Why would you say that?
See? It's all about perception. Interpret intense emotions as energy you can use.
With that said, let's get started.
Hell yeah! Right after this episode of Mob Psycho 100.
Oh, that show is so wholesome.
Oof, cliffhanger episode. Can't stop here.
You're absolutely right.
Now I feel bad that I haven't started yet. Maybe I'm just having a bad day.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. Let's comfort ourselves with some Stardew Valley. I mean, you can always catch up on work tomorrow.
Ugh, enough! Stop coddling yourself, you worthless Oreo reject!
Max!
What? Am I supposed to just sit here and watch while you drown yourselves in dopamine? You're both lazy pieces of trash.
Ugh, don't listen to her, Jess. She's just having one of her self-hatred fits again.
No, she's right. In theory, this solution sounds great, and I want to get there. But let's be real. Rewiring a lifelong habit of rewarding myself with instant gratification isn't exactly easy. As a neurodivergent person, there are some days I wake up and I can barely function, let alone muster the energy to get out of bed. So, what can I do?
Give up?
Okay, accept that.
What can you do?
Yeah, that's literally what I just asked. Jeez, Vess, it's already enough to deal with one devil on my shoulder.
No, I mean, what's the next best thing you can do? That's the question you should be asking. Look, I get it. You're having a bad day, but that doesn't mean you're completely out of options. If you're in a point where all you can do is rest, then rest. Take care of yourself, no shame in that. But if you've got even a sliver of energy left, use it. Do something. It doesn't have to be big, just the next best thing for your situation. Maybe it's a small related task. Maybe it's decluttering your workspace. Maybe it's just grabbing a proper snack. The point is, motion creates motion. You don't have to wait for motivation, you just have to start something. And once you do, you might find it easier to keep going, and maybe even get back to your task.
Huh.
Did I say something wrong?
No. I just didn't expect you to say that.
Oh, well, it's true, isn't it? There is no one-size-fits-it-all approach to productivity. Some methods work great for some people, but completely fail for others. So instead of forcing yourself into a system that doesn't fit, take the time to figure out what actually works for you. As long as you keep trying, you're not failing. That's the golden rule.
Alright, that was a lot. So let's break it down. Don't wait for motivation, it's unreliable. Instead, learn to embrace the challenge itself. Growing up is thinking about what makes you happy long-term and choosing that over short-term gratification. Can't tackle the task right now? That's okay. Ask yourself, what's the next best thing I can do that is related to this task? It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be big. It just has to be something. Now, you're probably thinking, but Jess, it's still so hard to get started. Can't you give me some simple, easy-to-follow tips? And to that I say, of course, Kevin. But that's a problem for another day. Speaking of action, I finally decided to start writing my own story, Wildcard. It's heavily inspired by my ships, which are questionable at best. But problem, I did not feel like rewriting the script I already had. Because, fun fact, I was already writing a script. This one, right here. Hi. But I followed said golden rule. When in doubt, do the next closest thing to your actual task, which in this case meant aggressively pinning aesthetic boards on Pinterest until inspiration struck. The result? One lazily sketched unfinished character design with no story behind him. Oh, please, please. Hold your applause. Obviously, I couldn't keep this absolute masterpiece to myself, so I did the only sensible thing of invading my insanely skilled flatmate's personal space by storming into a room like Brandon Urie crashing a wedding and engaging in a very down-to-earth discussion that went like this. This is my character!
Not sure how to tell you this, but he looks like he works at a burger joint.
Oh. Wait, I have an idea!
What?
Don't worry, I am not turning my army leader into a McDonald's employee. Although, imagine the war strategies. Alright team, move fast, think fast. Sir, we're getting overrun. Orders? Flank left. No, your other left. And for the love of strategy, somebody get me a McFlurry. Sir, the ice cream machine is down. Then, we have already lost. Either way, that conversation actually sparked a brand new idea, and now I finally have a basic plot, which involves way more AI and neuroscience than I originally planned. But that works out just fine, because, fun fact, the people surrounding me just collectively decided to study psychology and or neuroscience. That being said, I used to think that I was plain dumb, but nope, I'm actually pretty normal. I'm just constantly surrounded by people who could probably reprogram my brain if they wanted to. I am deeply concerned. Anyway, enough about my projects. It's time to feature an artist who has genuinely inspired me. Order in the court! Today we present the case of criminally underrated talent. The accused, Saltsig, an artist who is so unfairly overlooked that I'm summoning Phoenix Wright himself to fight for justice. But honestly, their work speaks for itself. Their art isn't just technically impressive, it has soul. You can feel how much effort and passion went into each piece.
Oh, what's their style like? What do they do?
Mostly Ace Attorney fan art, and holy moly, it's clean.
Ugh, I already feel inferior. Show me.
Look at this.
Okay, yeah, that's just unfair. This looks like an official poster you could find in the merch store. And the colors. I'm absolutely shook.
Right? There's this concept I learned in a portfolio building class. It's called the T-shape system, I believe. Basically, a strong portfolio shows depth in a specific area, while also demonstrating versatility across different fields. Both of which Saltsig achieves. Which is my overcomplicated way of saying, oh my god, I damn love this. She's got an incredible grasp on composition. And I'm not just saying that about her illustrations, but also her animations. Man, tell me this doesn't make you want to grab a pen and draw, because I do. I definitely do.
Whoa, this looks cinematic.
Wait. They love horror too? Be my friend! Be my friend! Okay, calm down. We're here to admire their art, not to forcefully recruit them. Is that a blood contract?
Sign here, initial there.
Okay, before my intrusive thoughts escalate, let me just show you my favorite piece by Saltsig. I never thought I was a found family person, but here I am, staring at this image like it's a warm hug. This whole image feels so nostalgic and cozy, and I do love the way the background melts into the light. Honestly, this image makes me feel emotions I don't exactly know how to process or how to put in words, and it's surprising that it doesn't even have 1,000 likes. It feels, honestly, a bit underrated. I don't even know these characters, but I already love them. Yeah, who are they? Let me check the tags. Iris Wilson, and... there's no way that's his actual name. Wait. Herlock Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes. But for real, I stared at this drawing so long, I actually tried applying some of it to my own work.
Oh wow. So we're stealing techniques now.
It's called being inspired, Nex.
So, did it turn out how you wanted?
Not exactly.
Shocking.
So, see how this line is kind of bigger than the rest, and yeah, the background thing? You know, maybe I used the wrong brush.
Maybe you used the wrong career.
Moving on before I spiral, if you're any braver than me, go drop a comment under their work to ask them how they nail their line quality, because I need answers.
And if you're not asking, at least go check out their work to feel inferior. Links in the description.
Only if you want to. And send them some love. They deserve it. Whew. That was a ride. Thanks for making it this far. You now have plus 10 discipline points and are officially one step closer to world domination.
Or maybe you just procrastinated on something else by watching this, in which case...
The irony. No way. This counts as research. Exactly. So, if you're feeling inspired or mildly cold out, go do the next best thing for your goals. Big or small, doesn't matter. Just start. And hey, if you want to support me, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Any of that. Or don't, because free fill is a thing. I was meaning to say free will is a thing, but free fill is a thing. Also, feel free to drop a comment and tell me what's your biggest struggle with motivation. Maybe I'll tackle it in the next video. And if you know any criminally underrated artists who deserve a shoutout, let me know. I might feature them here in the future. Or, you know, just say hi. I'll probably be lurking in the replies. I'm shy though. Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy. Alright then, I'm off to work on Wildcard before Nex notices I'm being productive. See you next time, stay chaotic, and remember, you don't have to have everything figured out.
Now jump in the water!
Penelope, why? You know I'm too shy. I'm terrified, can't take the suffering from you. For you I would die, but can't you let me stay dry?